Right, so let us just quickly go through this again. I want you to follow me because you must remember now, you're sitting on the other side of me, hey? So I hope you haven't picked up your right hand because you must be using your left hand, okay? For this, we did use Fleming's left-hand rule. And what do we use Fleming's left-hand rule for? Can you remember? We use Fleming's left-hand rule to determine the direction of the force. Okay, so let's quickly go again because I'm just worried that some of you might have thought of it the other way. So the first thing you do is you've got to pick up your left hand. Okay, you've got your left hand. Now you're going to use your middle finger, not to show ugly signs at people. You're going to use your middle finger to show the direction of the current. Okay? Okay. You've got your picture in front of you. So in other words, what's going to happen is you are going to point your finger in the direction of A and B. Okay? So if you're sitting in your desk and the data projector is in front of you, you're going to point your finger in the direction of A and B. Right? Then that's going to be your middle finger because that is your current. Okay? Then your next finger is going to be the magnetic field. And it has to point from north to south. So you need to put your knuckle where north is. Okay? And then your thumb will point in the direction of the thrust. Okay. Right. On the other side. Okay. For this purpose, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to sit like you sitting in class. Okay. Because remember, you're looking at the wall over there. Okay. So I'm going to sit like that. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to determine the direction of my current. The current is going from C to D. Okay. So what's happening? The current is going in that direction. Remember? This finger, I'm not showing signs, that finger goes in the direction of the current, okay? Then the next finger goes in the direction of my magnetic field, which is going to be north to south, okay? Okay? And then, there's current, oops, you see what I mean about how difficult this is, okay? Right, current's coming to me, north to south, and then thrust is up. Okay, hope you've got that. Right, so what is going to happen in this particular case? In this particular case, it is going to be rotating anti-clockwise. Okay, if the current had been the other way around, it would have rotated clockwise. If the magnets had been north-south, other way around, it also would have rotated other way. Okay, now remember, Fleming's motor rule we use to determine the thrust. Okay. A current carrying conductor in a magnetic field experiences a force, and the direction of that force we determine with a left-hand motor rule. And remember, that is exactly what I've just told you there with regard to your fingers, FBI. Okay, I like to use FBI because we can all remember FBI. F being my thrust, B being my magnetic field, because remember last year you did that formula, Tesla, and then I being my current. Right, okay. So, there we have an electric motor now. Now remember, matrix, we are going to be working with two kinds of electric motors, right? We are going to be working with direct current motors, and we are going to be working with alternating current motors. The first thing I want to ask you people is, how do you know that this is a motor? Right, hopefully you know that this is a motor because here is a power source. Okay. The next thing I'm going to ask you, before we go any further, the next thing I'm going to ask you is this an AC or a DC motor? And now you're going to say to me, but Mrs. van den Evenhof, how must we know? You haven't taught us that. Okay. Alternating current, AC. AC motors have slip rings. Okay? AC motors have slip rings, while DC motors have split rings. Okay? This is difficult because they sound the same. Slit and split sounds the same to me. Right. Okay. This on your screen at the moment is what we call a slit ring. Okay? Or a split ring at least. It is called a split ring. And why is it called a split ring? Can you see he has a split here? Okay. Now DC goes with split.